Most people think they have money problems. They don't. What they actually have is an outdated income plan, and no one explains this until it's already costing them peace of mind. And what's surprising is that this isn't about spending habits or working harder or even saving more. It's about something far simpler and far more uncomfortable to admit. Stay with me because once you see this, you won't look at income the same way again. Let's talk about the stakes. Here's why this matters more than people realize. Most income plans were designed for a world that no longer exists. A world where jobs were stable, where pensions were very common, where bodies could keep going without pushback, and where inflation didn't quietly eat away at savings. If that plan doesn't hold anymore, the real risk isn't being behind. The real risk is not adapting. And in a minute, I'll show you the exact shift that changed how I think about income and why it's becoming non negotiable for midlifers. So, what's actually going wrong? The problem isn't that people didn't plan, it's that the plan itself depends on too many things staying the same. It depends on your job staying predictable, even though restructures and layoffs have become the norm. It depends on your health and energy and staying consistent, even though life doesn't always cooperate. And it depends on savings lasting long enough in a world where expenses rise faster than most people expected. When even one of those shifts, people feel it. Not always as panic, sometimes as a quiet unease. And this next part matters because most people misdiagnose that feeling. The question people are really asking when people say, I'm worried about the future, what they're really asking is, how do I create income that isn't completely dependent on my body, my age, or one employer? That's the real question. Not how to hustle harder, not how to cut one more expense. And the answer most people don't expect has nothing to do with money itself. It has everything to do with skills. Stay with me because this is where the shift begins. The shift that's already happening. What's changing right now isn't people, it's how income is created. Income used to come almost entirely from being physically present, showing up somewhere for a set number of hours. Today, more income is created through communication, knowledge, and systems, not location. Once income becomes skill based instead of time based, it becomes adaptable. Skills don't expire with age. They don't disappear if a company changes direction, and they don't stop working just because you stopped communicating. This is why digital skills are quietly replacing traditional income plans. And if you're already thinking, okay, Celine, but what does that actually look like? That's exactly why I put together the Freedom Formula Blueprint, which is in the link down below in the description. It's a simple guide that shows how these skills turn into income step by step without overwhelm. What digital skills really are. When people hear digital skills, they often imagine something technical or overwhelming. That's not what this is. At their core, digital skills allow you to communicate clearly online, which is where people now find information and solutions. They allow you to build trust digitally because trust, not pressure, is what creates income today. And they allow systems to do part of that work for you. So income isn't tied only to how many hours you physically work. That combination changes the entire income equation. And in a moment, I'll explain why this matters even more later in life. But first, let me show you where most people get stuck. Most people don't struggle because they aren't capable. They struggle because they don't know what to focus on first. There's too much information, too many options, too many voices. So people freeze. That's why clarity matters more than motivation. And this is where two resources can really help you. First, the Freedom Formula Blueprint. It gives you clear overview of what skills matter and how they fit together. Second, if you don't want to figure this out on your own, you can always join my free community, which is linked in the description below. It's a supportive space where I help people learn these skills step by step and ask questions as they go. Both are there to give you clarity, not pressure. So, why does this matter more after midlife? Earlier in life, income plans can be rigid. There's time for recovery, there's time for experiment, and there's time to rebuild. Later in life, flexibility becomes more important than speed. Digital skills don't rely on physical stamina. They don't require starting over every time something changes. And they don't stop working just because you want more space in your life. That's why so many midlifers are quietly learning these skills now, not to reinvent themselves, but to create options. And this is where my own shift happened. I didn't grow up digitally. I didn't set out to build an online business. What I wanted was peace of mind. I wanted to know that my future wasn't tied to one outcome, one employer, or one version of myself. Learning digital skills changed the questions that I asked. I stopped asking, will this be enough? And I started asking, what can I build that grows with me? That question alone changed everything for me. So let's talk about why skills outlast savings. Savings matter, but savings are finite. They're designed to be spent. Skills are different. Skills will grow, and skills can adapt, and skills will compound. Once you understand how income is created online, that knowledge doesn't disappear. That's why skills aren't just income tools, they're long term assets. And assets create options. If you want a clear starting point, the Freedom Formula Blueprint is linked in the description below. And if you want guidance and community while you're learning, you're also welcome to join my Retirement Freedom Seekers community, also linked below. Both are there to support you. You can choose one, both, or simply listen for now. If this conversation resonates and you want clarity around building income that adapts with life, check the description below. You'll find the Freedom Formula Blueprint and a link to my free community there. No rush, no pressure, just options. Your income plan should grow with you, not age against you.